Alright, boys and girls, welcome to Garden Guitar. We have a new song here from Elliot James Reay. He's been with us before on this channel, and I consider him being the younger version of Steven Sanchez. I put him in that direction when it comes musically and sound-wise, and I really like that kind of music. He does this song called Who Knew Dancing Was a Sin? It isn't, by the way. Anyway, let's go into the song and learn it without any capo here needed. We just go into the chords, and we're gonna start now with the F sharp minor, which is a bar chord. You place the index finger on the second fret and push down all strings there. Then you need to add fourth on A and fourth on D. Next chord is the B minor. And that's bar chord as well. Again, index finger on the second fret. This time you don't need a last E string there, but the 5 strings below necessary. Then you need to add fourth on D, fourth on G, and third on B. Sometimes you see me playing without this third B, and the reason for that is because we're gonna use bass strings for these chords mostly, so that's the reason it's not necessary, because you're not down there playing, okay? So that's the reason, otherwise it's the B minor. And then we will continue with D. This time, again, we will go up here and just use the bass strings of this D version. So it's a bar, or even not that, perhaps. The important strings here will be to have the 5th fret on A, the 7th on D, and 7th on G. If you go down further, then of course you need to incorporate the bar and place the index finger as a bar on the 5th fret. So it's up to you. However, you're gonna play the position of D right here. Next chord will be the C sharp minor, and this is important to use the C sharp minor full as it is. We're gonna use that later on. So you play the index finger now on the 4th fret and push down the 5 strings the same from bottom up like this, and then you need to add 6th fret on D string, 6th on G, and 5th on B. There you have the C sharp minor. And then we have the A, and A, with this song I play just a short little bar on the 2nd fret. I push down the first 4 strings if you count from bottom up like this, and then you also incorporate the open A string. So open A and then a bar on the 2nd fret, 2nd D, 2nd G, 2nd B, and down there, because we're gonna play the bass strings again, so it works with a bar here. And I believe we have all chords needed here actually for the song. Yes, so let's go into the first verse. We're actually gonna play the first 2 verses, but we have to learn them. So we're gonna work with downs here only. So, or pretty much all the way through this song. So we're gonna start with the F sharp minor. It goes like this. So it's basically 3 downs, and the first 2 downs I tried to get on the really bass string here, the E string and the strings below there, so really get these strings. And the 3rd down, if you can, it's just a detail, but if you can hit it on this 4th fret A string, so you get basically this melody. Of course, when you do the downs here, you also want to incorporate the strings below, so it will sound something like this. If you can. If you think that is too picky, then just go 3 downs on the F sharp minor. So then you will play an E. We didn't go through that as a chord, but it's just to open up this bar and keep the strings there from the F sharp minor. So basically it's still an F sharp, but you want this open E string, open E note. Okay, so it goes like this. Just open up the bar, and then I put it back again to play 2 downs on the F sharp minor. And then comes this optional here, ending with the ups and down, up on the higher strings down here. It goes like this. Okay, and that is 1 round. And what you do there on the top strings, you play that from the F sharp minor, and you play the top strings down here, the E, B, G string or so. You play first 1 up, and then down, up. It goes pretty fast, and it's optional, it's not necessary, and that will end one round. So slowly it goes like this. Okay, in tempo. Okay, that is one round. You're gonna play 2 rounds to start with this F sharp minor part, and then the third round you go down and do the same, but you do it 1 string down, so to speak. So you're gonna use now the B minor, which is just below. And now I'm not using the full B minor chord, actually. I'm using this grip here. That's basically a sus version of it. I skipped that 3rd fret B string. It's not necessary because I'm not down there playing yet. But then afterwards, when I play the up, down, up, down, up, you can add this 3rd fret B string. It's not necessary there either, but it could be good to have that incorporated when I play that part. So basically what you do here is to play the B minor in the same way as you play the F sharp minor, like this. Now the notes you want to hit there as an optional detail there, it will be the 3rd fret D string. Okay, and then comes the open A. Now instead you lift off the bar and put it back again to get the B minor. And then the same with the up, down, up, down, up. That's the 3rd round. And the 4th and final round, you go back and play in the same way as the first 2 rounds with the F sharp minor. So total verse 1 round, so to speak, of 1 verse is to play 4 rounds. The 1st, the 2nd, and 4th is with the F sharp minor, and the 3rd you play with the B minor. That is how you play the verse, and the first 2 verses that comes right after each other. All right, so that is to play the verse part. Then over to the chorus. It starts about 44 seconds in. My soul, that's where we are in the lyric. Now you're gonna play just 1 down per chord. You're gonna go from D to the C sharp minor to B minor to A and back to B minor. Okay, so it goes like this. And for this A, you can go either to play this A we learned with the bar, or you can go from the B minor and just lift off the bar and keep that same from the B minor. Why? Because it sounds very similar to the full bar, but it also is like that. You're gonna go back to the B minor, so I have that already prepared. You don't have to release everything to go A and then put it back again to get the B minor. You have everything there right there just to lift off a finger. So that is the first half of the chorus. So slowly. And the second part will be to play D, C sharp, B minor, A, and F sharp minor. So the F sharp minor is the only difference there. Okay, and that is the chorus part. Then comes the post-chorus part, and that comes right after it, 52 seconds in. Who knew? And then the title there, Dancing Was a Sin. What you're gonna play here is to play a very similar to the verse play. You're gonna play the F sharp minor first. So you're gonna play the F sharp minor, the 3 downs, then the open E, and then only 1 down on the F sharp minor when you come back to that, and you end with 1 down on A. And this is where you're gonna use this bar A. So that's the first half, so slowly. And then the second half will be to play the B minor style, and you're gonna play. So you're gonna play the 3 downs on B minor, and then the open A, and back to B minor once, and then you end off with 1 down on the C sharp minor. That is 1 round. So these 2 halves makes up for 1 round. You're gonna play 2 rounds of that. So it goes like this. Play play that part for 2 times. Okay, that is the post-chorus part. Now over to the second round. Since we played the first 2 rounds of verses, we're gonna play now the third verse. You're gonna play that in the same way as the previous ones, so no changes there. Then you go into the second chorus, play that exactly in the same way as you played the first chorus. And then you play this second post-chorus part again, repetition. Just play that in the same way you just learned. After that comes a bridge part. We're now about 1 minute and 55 seconds in. Let me tell you, that's where we are in the lyric. What you're gonna do here now is to play 2 rounds of verse play. That's that, okay? So 2 rounds of verse, and that's the bridge part. Then over to the final parts of the song, we had a third chorus. Okay, so it's played in the same way as the first 2 choruses. The only difference here is it's twice as long. Okay, so you play 2 rounds of that chorus. And then into this final post-chorus part, again played in the same way as the previous post-chorus part, but again, it's twice as long. So 4 rounds of that playing, and that is how you handle little Elliot James Reay. He's not little, just joking. I also think about Steven Sanchez. He's the smaller version of him. But anyway, his song, Who Knew Dancing Was a Sin. Hope you enjoyed, guys, and if you did, feel free to support me. Till next time, play tuned.